Welcome back, guys, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, and the co-host, The Terrible Towel. So this is going to be a real quick draft recap, guys. I'm not going to hold you too long. Try to get this video under 6 minutes. I'm just going to do a real quick recap of the draft. And of course, as the season gets closer and closer and more information starts to come out, I'll be more, consistent with Terrible Towel Tuesday. Definitely want to do it every week. Once we're getting closer to the season and during preseason and things like that, where we'll recap the games. But just to keep it, short and sweet here, guys, going to talk about the draft. Bud Dupree, #1 pick. Cannot complain about that. Very happy about him. I think he's going to do a lot of work for us. Big body guy, has a lot of energy, and he can move. That's a guy that that's a rare talent. A guy that's 6'4", 265, give or take, that can move, and he has a high motor. Can't be mad at that pick, even though I did want to get Landon Collins. And I explained to you guys on the last episode why, my dream scenario was Landon Collins and then grabbing a corner in the second round. Didn't work out that way, but I cannot complain about the pick. #2, Senquez Golson. Great pick. Now, I know some people will knock him a bit because he's a little short, in terms of, the NFL. He's 5'9", and that could present a challenge on the outside when you're talking about guys like a Calvin Johnson or Mike Evans and, a number of other tall receivers and big body guys. But, to give this guy some credit, he did play in the SEC where he did face top talent. He had 10 interceptions. Who can be mad at that? Proves to you that he is a ball hawk. And, his size may not, be a detriment. I could definitely see us putting him on the inside, playing at the nickel. I think he would do very well at nickel. He'll match up a lot better with some of the, smaller receivers that play inside. But then again, I'm not going to discredit him being on the outside. He did it in college. And you look at some of the best corners in the league, like a Darrelle Revis, who's about 5'10", 5'11", not much taller than him, that is still successful. So, we'll leave that up to be determined and see how that works out. I'm just glad that we picked up a guy that I think had a lot of talent, a guy that, I did mention before the draft who visited the Steelers, and we actually got him. Good to see that we're addressing the areas that we need. #3, Sammy Coates, another receiver. Can't be mad at that. We did lose a little bit. Right now you could probably say the best receivers we have is AB, Martavis Bryant, and Marcus Wheaton. So throwing another guy in the mix is definitely not going to hurt. Marcus Wheaton, just to, wake you up a little bit. You better fight for that third spot because arguably everyone probably could say that you was going to be the #2 guy. Martavis Bryant seemed to take that spot. He probably will walk away with that spot again this season. So now the #3 spot will be between you and, you would assume, Sammy Coates. Haywood Bay is probably not going to be in that mix, but it'll be interesting to see how Marcus Wheaton and Sammy Coates battle for the #3 spot. And #4, I believe we took Duran Grant. I may have the number wrong, but Duran Grant out of Ohio State, another cornerback. And here's a guy that's a little more physical. I believe he's 6 feet or 6'1". Can't remember exactly right off the top of the head, but he's at least 6 feet tall, a physical guy, played on the national championship team. He's seen competition as well. He had 5 interceptions. Hey, that's the type of stuff we need at Pittsburgh. We need more guys that can catch the ball. We need more performances like what we got from William Gay last year with the 3 pick sixes. Can't be mad at that. So again, once again, we're addressing areas that we need to address. I cannot complain about that at all. Very happy about that. So then I believe, probably don't have the order correct, but we'll just name some of the names after that. Well, I do know this guy. On the 7th round, we picked Gerard Holloman, a safety. Now, that's interesting. You guys know I was campaigning safety early, but somehow we were able to find a guy in the 7th round that I think is definitely going to be a playmaker. Why? This guy had 14 interceptions last year. That's right, 14 interceptions in one season. That's crazy. I don't care where you play. 14 interceptions is going to give you a look. This guy lets me know that he's possibly a playmaker. We'll see where he ends up because I've heard talk that, possibility of maybe letting Mike Mitchell play strong safety and maybe, throwing somebody else back there to be more of a coverage guy. Maybe somebody like Will Allen, who's a veteran, plays very well for us. He did a great job, always did a great job when he covered for Palomalu. Then again, there's Shamarko Thomas. It might be his time at strong safety, and I'm looking forward to that because Shamarko is a baller. And, you know, unfortunately, he was playing under a Hall of Famer, so he never really got his chance. So maybe it's his chance to be the strong safety, and maybe the battle for the free safety will be again, you know, with Mike Mitchell and Gerard Holloman. But either way, I'm going to go back to my original point. It's good to see the Steelers addressing areas that we need help in. Love that. And then the other few guys I think to keep an eye on is Anthony Chickillo out of Miami. Keep your eye on him. This is a guy that I think could be like a Brett Kiesel type of guy. Not a huge name coming out of college. You know, a lot of people may not even know who he is, but the way he plays and his body stature and his build, I think this guy is definitely going to be successful, or has a chance to be successful in the Steelers, you know, lineup. Definitely see him playing a role on the defense. Keep an eye on him. Now, Latarius Walton, you know, he's going to have to do some work. And even Coach Mitchell said he's a big body guy. They like what he presents. Didn't really face the same competition as Central Michigan as some of these other guys. But, you know, he may have a chance because, you know, we're kind of thin when you really think about it on the D-line as far as depth, as well as linebacker, you know, as well as corner and safety. So a lot of these guys may have a chance to actually make the team and be, you know, productive. May get a chance to play. And then the only other guy I think I'm forgetting is Jesse James, the tight end out of Penn State. Tall guy. He's 6'7", you know, plus 200 pounds. Runs pretty well in the open field from what I've seen. You know, so this could help us out maybe in the vertical game as far as passing downfield, including the tight end. Because we all know Heath Miller is a wonderful addition to our offense. You know, I can't say addition. He's been there for years, but you guys know what I'm saying. He's a security blanket. He helps us tremendously in the run game, things like that. He's still going to be the guy, but maybe kind of stretching the field or, you know, having more routes available for a tight end. Maybe this is where Jesse James can come into play because he can catch and he can run in open field pretty well. A lot faster than, of course, Heath Miller at this stage of his career and even a Matt Spaeth. So, very happy with the draft. 6 defensive players versus 2 offensive players, and the offensive players that we got, I think, can definitely help us out in a Sammy Coates and a Jesse James. So there's my draft recap. Love what we did. I cannot wait to see what these guys are going to do, especially guys like Bud Dupree, Sinquez Golson, Duran Grant, and Gerard Holloman. Very interested in seeing what these guys are going to do. And like I said, I'm going to keep my eye on Anthony Chickillo. All right, guys, so hope that was quick enough for you. Like I said, as the weeks present itself, as we get closer to training camp, preseason, and of course the regular season, I'll start bringing these more regularly. But, you know, this has been another edition of Terrible Towel Tuesday. So leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section. Let me know how you felt about the draft and who you're looking forward to seeing in the upcoming season. All right. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And for the Steelers faithful, here we go. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. And if you want to interact with me live, come on by Sim Standard Radio every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with Smitty and Azure Effect. If you want to give us a call, you can reach us at 914-338-0794. Of course, for more content, go ahead and click the link above. All right? Until next time, lights out.